Hey guys, this tutorial took way too long to get out, but I'm finally gonna show you guys how I made my Tony.
Finland!
Tony is the most difficult custom Angry Birds figure ever made because he's mostly made out of paper mache. So for those of you who don't know, paper mache is an artistic technique that dates all the way back to ancient China, and it involves making flower vases using waste paper and a substance that is half water and half glue. And nowadays, it's made for using Angry Birds figures. So the materials that I use to make Tony come to life include these blue sticky notes. The only thing I had at the time that is close enough to Tony's feather colors. I also have color materials like markers, a Sharpie, some colored pencils, a regular pencil, some cardboard for Tony's tail, head, feathers, eyebrows, and beak, some paint brushes, used for my half water and half glue to make the paper mache. In this case, we'll be using Mod Podge, which is usually used as an outer protective layer for acrylic paint, but it's basically the same as the half water and half glue that I used. Regular glue, and probably the most important thing that I needed to make Tony, a boulder. But wait, this is not just a boulder. It's a rock! So the first thing I did was cut my blue sticky notes into thin paper strips. I dipped each strip into Mod Podge, or the half water and half glue substance. And once it's all wet and sticky, I put it on the boulder. And I did the same for the rest of the strips until the boulder was completely covered by that blue paper. At this point, you must be wondering, why am I massaging a rock with blue paper? That's because I'm not gonna use this much clay to make a figure as big as my Connect's Terrence. It's too much clay for me. I don't have that much clay lying around, so I resorted to whatever's available. Because I wanted my Tony to be the same size and shape as Terrence, and since I didn't have that much clay at the time, I used paper mache and the rock. Oh yeah, just to make sure that the paper doesn't like stick to your hand after every strip, take breaks to make sure that the glue stays. And here we have the boulder all wrapped up in the blue sticky note paper. And because we use the half water and a half glue substance, all of this paper is not going to go anywhere anytime soon. If you're satisfied with how this ball looks, go ahead and work on the face, the hair, and everything else. But me, I wanted my Tony to be exactly the same as my Connect's Terrence. While Terrence is fat from the sides, Tony is not. So before fattening Tony's sides, figure out where or how you want the figure to stand. So let's say he stands up like this. And let's make this where the face is gonna be. So for the sides, I grabbed some more of these blue strips. I folded them like this. And then I stacked the folded strips sideways. This is why I prefer clay over paper mache. I rhymed. Now that your Tony has reached maximum thickness, do the same on every side of the thickest square and make it slightly less thick so that you have smooth curves like Terrence. Yeah, I know what I said was weird, but this is the internet. Who are you to judge? Kind of like this. And then again, with everything else, it's trial and error. Then start with the other side as well. And then it should look something like this. I think right now, this new Tony is smaller than my Terran. Speaking of which, let's give Tony his face. So first I drew the eyes on paper. The eyes are going to be a point of reference for everything else. Like this. Then I drew and cut the eyebrows separately as well as did his beak. I did some trial and error, and I also tried to make the paper beak match the Connect's Terrence's beak, and the shape is kind of like this. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys. I painted the opposite side beforehand. So if you guys were to draw what the beak looks like, I recommend coloring the other side just so it doesn't look messy. But then again, that's how I do things. So I got the two beaks, the eyebrow, and then I'll glue them on top of cardboard. I'll cut them out. Almost forgot to color in the eyebrows. Alright, 3D eyebrow. We got ourselves a 3D eyebrow, chat. If you want, you could color the brown cardboard sides with a black Sharpie. So when it's folded, when the beak is together, it should look something like this. Wait, let me bend the front because my Connects Terrence's beak bends at the front. And it should look something like this when it's glued together. This. I think his eyebrows look too big. I'm gonna have to shave it off a little bit. Next, I drew Tony's belly. And when I made him for the first time, I made the colors similar to Terrence's. If you guys are wondering how I figured out this shape, it's, again, trial and error. That, and also because I traced the belly of Terrence. What I really wanted this to be as accurate as possible. But you guys don't have to worry about that. It's just me being very, very, very detail oriented. This triangle hole here is to accommodate the bottom of Tony's beak when I make it. Alright, now here's what's gonna happen. So stay with me here. First, I'm gonna glue the top of his beak first, then the belly, and then after that's done, the bottom beak. The beak is not supposed to be that curved, but it's fine, honestly. I can always adjust this beak later. There you go, this is Terrence's belly. You may have wondered why I cut Tony's belly down here. That's because the body is curved, and to make sure that the belly is flush with the body, I had to cut it down here so that it curves. Finally, the bottom beak. Gonna take advantage of Tony's open beak while I can. You are not the father. Finland is not the best country. Hey Terrence, look! Duck lips! Duck lips, Terrence, duck lips! Again, just like with the top beak, if it doesn't line up at all, feel free to shave it down a bit, just like what I did here. And now, the hard part is done. Tony's beak is here. I think I accidentally made him smile. Look at this $10,000 smile. Oh, another thing that I should mention about my Tony. If you look down at Tony from a certain angle, he looks like Herobrine. Same with my old Tony, actually. Creepy. Ooh, very scary. And here are the two Terrans faces side by side. They're not exactly the same, but nothing wrong with making Tony and Terrans a little different. Next, I drew Tony's hair. You could either make them similar to Terrans, or you can make them just like how they look in the games. Reloaded, Seasons, what have you. And then, to make them sturdy, I put cardboard under them. Cause poor Tony is, I don't think I needed this cardboard bit. It was supposed to be something for the top hair to stand on, but I just realized there's no point. Let me fix that. And now here's Tony with his hair. His fuzzy hair. Next is the tail, which I should probably do on my Tony as well. For the tail, I grabbed a piece of cardboard and drew the tail on one side. So got a strip of cardboard, folded it in half, drew the tail on one side to make sure that it's double as strong. Cut both sides, drew the tail on the other side, and these flaps here will ensure that the tail stays behind Tony. And it should look something like this. The flaps are to hold the tail in place. And then, to make sure that the cardboard is hidden, get two thin strips of the sticky note that you used for Terrence's body, and then glue it on top of the cardboard. If you're wondering how my Tony's tail got this thick, it's because I made the same tail multiple times. I glued many of them to each side, so it looks like one big thick tail. Okay, I promise, that's it, I swear. And last but not least, I did Terrence's wrinkles and spots. And I did it using a classic run-of-the-mill number 2 graphite pencil. Just because I don't have a marker or colored pencil that is this color but darker, so might as well just use a pencil, right? And the best thing about using a pencil is that you don't have to worry about making mistakes. If you do make mistakes, you could just erase it and do it again. I'm also using my Connects Terrence as reference. Whoops. Example of me making a mistake, ladies and gents. It may look too dark, but don't worry, it's fine. You can still see it as like dark blue from the side, and that is totally fine. It's the largest spot. Oh boy. It reaches all the way. Try not to overlap the spots, that'll be really annoying. Even if it's too light, I feel like doing it in pencil first is ideal, because now you'd have a better idea of what the spots are gonna look like. And that's it. This is how I made my Tony. Compared to my Terrence, he is just about the same size. And the spots are almost exactly where they are in this one. So now you have your very own figure of Tony. Looking at my new Tony again, Tony looks really small compared to my original Tony. So for those of you who are curious, this is my new Tony compared to my old Mattel Terrence.
Look who's big bug now.
Merry Christmas in July, angry birds! Dang it, the pigs are at it again! Oh, that's right, we have Tony with us. Is that all you got? Step aside, Terrence.
Hello, is it my turn?
Tony? But... Huh? Didn't you just go earlier?
No, I didn't.
But weren't you the one who just...
I have no idea what they're talking about.
But I swear
Can I go or not?
Alright, fine. Just get him ready. Alright, yeah, that was a pretty good job.
Wow, he did good, huh?
What, Tony?
Chuck, Terrence, did you see me?
So you're telling me there are two Tonys?
Ooh, two Tonys! I want you both on my hockey team!
You don't want one of them, Ollie. One of them is an imposter.
No imposters here. They're two Tonys. I can't believe you didn't know this yet.
Yeah, don't you know that people can look like twins and triplets? Yeah, you literally fought minion pigs who look exactly the same. Hey, that's offensive! Words hurt, you know!
Well, yeah, I know that there are 3 blues, but I can tolerate none of them!
Exactly, that's why there can be 2 Tonys.
Nah. You guys are messing with me. What kind of fool do you take me for? He's Tony, he's Tony, he's Tony, he's Tony, he's Tony, he's Tony, he's Tony! That's a very cool custom, not gonna lie.
I'm Tony! Are there any more Tonys I need to know about?
I'm going home.
Hungry birds, how are your preparations for the tournament so far?
I've learned how to use my poison daggers.
Santiago, how was your vacation to the Amazon rainforest?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know? I delayed the construction of that highway they were building over there, while you were stabbing all the bird kind in the bow.
You really can't let me live it down, can you?
And Cornelius, were you showing the prisoners your feathers again?
My feathers are beautiful.
I've seen better-looking feathers on a feather duster.
But can they hypnotize you? Alright, everyone, calm down. Cornelius, you said you were in the Tower of Power, right? Yes, I was getting the Tower of Power ready for our new prisoners. Nice work. Any issues? Well, there was one.
What? What do you mean?
Well, I was checking on the cages and, his was open.
Him? How is this possible? His power got stolen. There's no way he could have...
I know that breathing.
No! Another one escaped! No! Don't let him escape!
Nah, mate, he's got swords! You were right. You do have beautiful feathers.
That's not just any sword, Doomclaw. That's a lightsaber.
Here.
Thanks. Wow, that was a macho lightsaber duel.
I haven't used a sword like this since...
Hey guys, I'm back. Don't worry, Santiago!
The Empress told me to join the Hungry Birds to help you win the Tournament of Power and to set me free.
That's not true.
That's impossible.
Search your feelings, you know it to be true. I am Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. That's why he sounds familiar.
Ah, shucks, I can only imagine the comments from confused Star Wars fans.
Are you actually the real Darth Vader?
Of course not. I've named myself after the greatest villain of all time because we look similar.
Welcome to the Hungry Birds. Darth Vader pig!
No! I'm a bird wearing a pig mask. I've heard that the bad piggies invaded Bird Island once more. What's wrong with a little deception? The toucan and the rubber duck who turned into a lightsaber. The force is strong with you.
I look forward to train with you. Did you just turn into an actual lightsaber?
How in the diddly darn is that possible?
So, William, Neater Flyer, I remember what you guys said about my old altar boob, and now I have a much better one. Observe!
Who is this?
One of your foes, Darth Vader. Our friend Squeaks here can show you exactly who you need to fight.
Impressive.
Not only can I copy their looks, but I can also copy their characteristics. Like their smell, their personality traits.
Their voice. Whoa! And most importantly, their powers. Not again! You're just like the real deal, mate.
Now my disguises are a lot more convincing.
Most impressive.
Yes, Squeaks, everyone's gonna love that ultimate move.
Wait a minute, everyone. Isn't this too underhanded? Of course it's underhanded. The Tournament of Power has no rules against those kind of tricks.
In other words, everything is legal.
But deceiving? Having one more hungry bird when they specifically told us not to? Those angry birds dishonored our agreement first. They had their little pesky piggies spy on us. That is not macho, but two wrongs don't make a right. Right, Niederflyer? Santiago, after all this time, you are still soft toward the angry birds? Soft? I am macho. May say so, but you have no idea how many people can potentially take advantage of your honorary warrior code. The world isn't built on trust and fairness. They wage wars, destroy lands, backstab, and do whatever it takes to stay on top. The Empress believes that the violent human race does not deserve to live. But this is not how I do things, Niederfly, you know that. And it's because of your way of life that the Amazon rainforest is the way that it is right now! Watch your beak, Niederflyer. Ah! Whoa! Darth Vader! Put him down!
I find your lack of competence disturbing. You have failed the Empress for the last time.
Sorry, would play nice.
I hope so. for your sake. Come, hungry birds. We have much to discuss.
Stay away from my beautiful feathers and you got it!
Come on, Darth Vader!
Santiago and I have a lot to learn. We'll get angry birds in no time.
Let's have a macho rematch!
Please, let me rest in peace.
Darth Vader, don't you want your unrested soul to get what it wants? Don't you want the power I've stolen from you?
It's not that I want the power back, but because of who has it. Bird Island has become a lawless land because of criminals like him.
Then the only way to make sure that power doesn't end up in wrong hands is by joining the Hungry Birds. I brought you back from the dead. I gave you a brand new power and a pretty sweet ultimate move to boot. You owe me. If you even think about betraying me, you are cursed to haunt the earth forever. Angry Bird.
Very well, my master. Help me.
So for the first time in my Angry Birds tutorial history, I am not gonna replace my old Tony for my new one. Wait, what? Tony, do you remember how long I took to make you? Double the time I took to make this guy.
Oh, well, I'm glad that I am still hired. Hey, what about me? You made me for nothing?
Nah, not for nothing. I'm actually gonna turn you into another version of Terrence.
Ooh, really? What am I gonna turn into?
You'll see. So this is how I made my Tony, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you followed along. Even if paper mache is difficult and you ended up making a lot of clay, I hope this was informative, I hope you were entertained, and I hope that you like and subscribe, like always. That being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Anything you want to say, Tonys?
Oh, can we say it? Absolutely.
Finland!
Lois, what the hell?